All right. Hi again. For welcome to another video where I'm going to discuss about FEG token today, and this is your new YouTuber, Mr. Aslan, into the YouTube space. So here, before I start, the same old disclaimer, guys. I'm not a financial advisor, or neither is this a financial advice. I'm just doing this for educational purposes, and please do your own research before you get into any token, and do proper research, please. Okay, having said that, let's move on. Checking on the price quickly for FEC token right now on coin market cap, we see that it's up by 1.151%, and the total volume of trading in the last 24 hours also has increased by around 16.31%. Yes, I have been lately seeing a lot of comments in the Telegram group, in Twitter, in some of my videos, personal comments also, that one of the person had put out that FEC is a dying token. Why should we invest in it? Mm, yeah, I would put across. Some people have that notion. Yes, I'm here to actually clarify a few things on that. And again, just quoting, guys. I'm not here to support FEC token just because I'm, rooting for it or wooing for it. I myself, as I'm a personal investor, and whatever hard-earned money I have also invested in FEC token. And probably I'll share with you why is that I personally think FEC token is going to do well, and why is my investment actually being good, my research views on why you should invest in FEC token. That's all I want to share in this video with you, team. Having said that, just looking at the price at from the last 7 days, yes, there were a lot of dips, huge dips that came in, and then the price is slowly picking up. Okay, we do see that the selling has reduced and people are getting into it slowly, and that's a good sign. Okay, in the last one, I mean, if you look at the 1 day chart, yes, there was a bit of a rush in terms of purchasing it, and then it dropped down, and then again we are back to the green level where we are seeing an increase in the buy portion. So Fed did release a new white paper recently. So looking into that, yes, they have pretty much actually given us a lot of detail in terms of explanation on what they want to do and what the ecosystem is and how their ecosystem works with tokenomics, fake exchange, blah blah blah. So what I would like to do is I would like to actually go ahead and run through the white paper right now, just on a rough basis. Please do comment below if you want me to do a detailed video on the white paper as well, so I'm happy to do that for probably the explaining purpose for everyone who is new out there in the crypto space. So looking at it quick, what FEC token is planning to do is getting into the DeFi system. So why do we need a DeFi system is the first question that anyone wants. Like, you have a lot, right? Pancake, you have a Pancake Swap, you have Uniswap, you have. So these are all decentralized financial platforms where you can either purchase, in this case, tokens, cryptocurrencies, or tokens as we call them. So it's some kind of an asset that you can actually make purchase of without a middleman or a centralized unit taking care of it. So here, what usually happens, I would like to just explain how a centralized financial scheme works and a decentralized financial scheme works. Basically, I'm comparing cryptocurrency DeFi's with the stock markets, or uh, the same centralized systems which have crypto trading enabled, like Coinbase. Okay, so let me just take that into example. Say, for example, if I'm saying Coinbase is a centralized exchange, you will not be able to, in simple terms, guys, you will not be able to sell or buy a token unless and until there is another person who is willing to sell that token or purchase the token from you. Just to quote an example, if you have 100 tokens with you, any cryptocurrency for the fact, and you would like to sell it through any of these centralized exchanges, what happens, you need to find a buyer, or probably that order which you create should have a buyer available who is willing to pay that $100, that price which you have quoted. Say you have quoted $1 per token and it's a total of $100. You have 100 tokens to sell. So if there is a buyer who is willing to purchase the token at $100, then the order happens and you will be able to sell your token. Now, in the case where there are no buyers who are ready to go ahead and purchase the token at $100, you would have to manually reduce it to a price which is currently the ask price from any of the purchase guys over there, right? So it's all about making an order, and which is again basis the request that you put across for sell or buy, as well as the other person on the other side who is wishing to buy the or purchase, sell the token from their side. So it's like two different people are obviously involved in this trade. And if both of the both of the parties uh, price matches, and only then the order passes through, else then it's an order which is failed. And that's how the functionality happens. That's why you have something called as an order book when it comes to centralized exchanges. If you just go down to Coinbase as well, or any other Lbank or Hotbit, any other centralized exchanges that you go for, you will definitely have a lot of order book that would be showing up for you, which says that this is the order that is created for a buy from any one of the user, and another order which is created for a sell from any other user. If both the prices match, then your order will go through. Else, your order will be kept pending forever and ever until and unless you find the right buyer. So that's how a centralized exchange works. So what is different in a DeFi system? A DeFi system doesn't care about whether there is a person who is willing to purchase your token. You can go ahead and swap your tokens, whatever you have, or purchase the tokens. In this case, you have a USD or convert it to USDT, and you want to purchase it, or purchase any of the token. In this case, let me be what you can say. I'm sorry. So let me just stick on to Feg token in place, right? So if you would like to purchase Feg, then you can go down to PancakeSwap or Uniswap. These are decentralized platforms where there is something called as a liquidity pool that is existing. So a liquidity pool in simple terms is uh, a combination of two token pairs, a token pair that is created, a combination of two different tokens in equal quantities in some wallet or a place. Okay, as simple as it gets. So if at all you have some USDT you want to trade for Fed, then a liquidity pool, as we call it, is just a wallet address which contains both these tokens in equal quantity, say 50-50 ratio. There are other concepts in terms of decentralization which I'm not getting into in depth. So for the sake of easy understanding, let me keep it as 50-50 percentage. So you have 50 USDTs and 50 FEGs available, 50% of FEGs available, equivalent to your USD dollar value, whatever is the price that is currently running in the market. So what happens when you go to these swaps? You just take, say, $1 worth Feg is what I want to purchase. You put in a dollar over there, and basically what happens, it pulls out the equivalent amount of Feg tokens from the liquidity pool and gives it to you. And in the background, it also, if in case they have built up the tokenomics that way, which is actually really good when it comes to Fed. That's the reason I was interested in fact. So it gives back to the liquidity pool in equal ratio or quantity, so that the total amount of tokens that are there in the liquidity pool or the quantity will remain a constant. That's how the liquidity pool formula works. So it's like X into Y is equal to K. I've seen this formula in a few of the papers, as well as few of the videos that I've watched. So they say that K is a constant. So X will be your first token name, and Y will be your second token amount, whatever is the total value, and that should always remain a constant. So if your liquidity pool has $10,000 worth, that is what you created the liquidity pool with, then the token proportion will be automatically shifted or changed in certain coins. Not all coins do this, again reminding. So each one different liquidity pool has a different working mechanism, but to keep it simple, it ideally just balances out any of the buys and sells in each of the different token pairs, and it ensures that there is a sufficient amount of supply available in either of the token pairs. Like if I want to purchase USDT to Fed, then someone else wants to sell their Fed to USDT, you can do that with the same liquidity pool, because that maintains that quantity of tokens in equal proportions. That's how DeFi works, and that's the main reason why I feel Feg is actually doing something phenomenal. Because having a DeFi is one, having a smart DeFi is something another in the next level. So that's the future which I'm actually looking forward for, and that's where Feg actually comes into picture. So looking into the ecosystem of Feg, you can see that it's reshaping, evolving how decentralized finance works completely, while delivering the most robust ecosystem ever designed to support DeFi's much needed advancements. So, what is so different with the DeFi system that Feg is planning to bring in is the main idea behind Feg token is to provide a decentralized transaction network which operates on both the blockchains, that is Ethereum and your smart chain. And the path forward to FEG token is determined by market fluctuations, but model it runs on BEX token to succeed. So it's a hyperdeflationary coin with a supply of 100 quadrillion, blah blah blah. So it's the governance coin in the first place. That's why I was interested in FEG. So it's any kind of governance token that, or a governance coin that is there. It's a straight cut utility for you guys. So you don't need to worry about any utility of the coin, because there are a lot many meme coins, as we call them, right? They do not have any utility as such in particular, correct? So when it comes to these kind of projects, that is what interests me, because I always look into what the token is utilized for, what it signifies in their ecosystem, what is the usage of the token in their project on the whole. So that's where FEG comes into picture as a token which governs the entire FEGX system, so, or the ecosystem per se. And after which we have this wraps called F wraps, which are FEG wraps. Now this is actually very cool, because whenever you have a fake wrap done for, this can be done for any of the tokens that you have. So it can be like they've quoted ADA, Doge, XRP, any of the tokens. You can actually do the F wrap, and they keep earning you passive income once you go ahead and wrap them. Now how does it do? It's built into the tokenomics system, wherein any kind of trading that happens with the coins in the FEG exchange platform, it will be potentially giving out some kind of backfill as a reward, some kind of backfill to the liquidity pool for all these FRAP tokens. So you will be ideally earning passive income for the rest of your life by just taking some tokens. Either you go ahead and buy FEG and wrap it, or buy any other token and wrap it, and you just put it aside, you will be earning passive income. And this does not depend on any specific token, guys. It can be any token which is not even having a tokenomics of passive income. Like for example, I would say Bitcoin doesn't have a passive income, right? So I'll take Bitcoin, just to quote, okay, for an example. Or Ethereum also does not have passive income. Take Ethereum, ETH. You just wrap it in the FEG exchange, and you go ahead and just keep it in your wallet. That starts earning you passive income. The main reason being, a portion of all transactions that happen through FEGX system using those tokens, you will be given back certain amount in the transaction fee. That is what it is built into. So it's all in the tokenomics. So that's where it's very advantageous for you. And one more thing that I would like to quote over here is that staking mechanism that they have come out with. The staking does not only give you FEG token in return, it also gives you, if you are a Binance Smart Chain, if you are on the Binance Smart Chain, it gives you BEP20 tokens, and FBAC, I'm sorry, FBAC tokens, and then you have FETH, which will be given back to you. And this keeps building up and compounding. And the best part comes now, because not only these two tokens, you also get your FEG reflections auto staked with the new version that they have come out with. Right? If I quickly go back to the FEG exchange, okay, coming down to the stake option. Okay, I need to connect my wallet, I'm sorry. Okay, just say quoting, once you come down to the website, you can see the amount of pools BNB and ETH values over there, the price of BNB and ETH, which is shown up front. So this staking option, once you click on that, you can get three options. One is your version 1 feg wrap, and the last is your version 2 feg wrap. The minimum middle one is something else I forgot, guys, I'm sorry. So if anyone just goes out and collects the wallet, you can just let me know. And if you have any doubts, please do comment below and let me know, and I could be able to answer that if I know about it. So next, here you will have to choose the version 2, and once you do that, you will be able to earn F wrap tokens of ETH if you're on the ETH platform, or if you're in the Binance Smart Chain, then you will be able to earn BNB. That is what you will be able to get along with your FEG tokens. Now, once you have staked, say you have a million FEG with you right now, you have gone ahead and staked it, and you have just left it aside. Now, as per the tokenomics of FEG, the reflections also needs to keep coming in for that 1 million FEG tokens that you already have. Those reflections will keep auto compounding or auto staking in the stake mechanism that they have built up. So suppose you get 100,000 tokens as reflection, So your 1 million tokens will get 100,000 added up for today, and the next whenever the reward distribution happens, your token consideration will be 1 million and 100,000 tokens. That's around 1.1 million, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, that's how the calculation keeps going on. So thinking of that, imagine that you keep getting this compounded over a period of time, say around 6 months or 8 months or a year, with all the new upcoming projects that Feg has planned, and what potential they have to output. Then I believe that you can live off your entire life with only the passive income that comes in. I mean, that's what is the belief that I have, and that's what I would hope it would happen for. But then again, it's not like I would like to go ahead and chill out on this token to a very large extent, such as to create hype. No, that's not what I would do. I'm just trying to actually think of a brighter future on a total positive note. I do not want to provide any negative news or FUD over here with to anyone, in fact. And to all those people who would like to create FUD, yeah, kudos to you. Please get into the token, buy some, and then go ahead and start creating FUD, so that it would at least help us on the reflection part. And then ideally, you would also start loving the FEC token, is what I mean to say. Because a lot of people out there only start creating FUD without even knowing what the project is, without even knowing what the token is, without even having cryptocurrencies invested in. So that is something that I would totally like to avoid. But yeah, a word of caution: please do keep monitoring this token and the updates whatever happens. There are a lot of changes that might come up, so wherein there have been questions on the version 1 support of Feg, whether it will be carried out to version 2 Feg or not. So whether you can swap those tokens from V1 to V2 without any major high fees or something like that. I'm not so sure how the mechanism or discussion is going on right now, but yeah, those are certain things that we need to watch out for. One more thing that I like to see is how they are going to build up the bridge platform. So that's yet to see. And the next thing that I actually went through on the Telegram chats, which the developer team and the mods have been posting, is the FEC charts. So yes, we are getting FEC charts over here. Probably preferably it would be in the FEGX platform itself, is what I believe. But yeah, yet to see if they're launching it in a separate platform altogether. But that's good to have, right? So you have a FEG exchange, you have a, a chat mechanism already available. So that's good that now you can track any of the cryptos out there along with FEG, and have a proper chat mechanism for your technical analysis too. So that's something new that they're building, and I believe it's almost done, and probably we'll definitely see some good news out of it in the coming days. So and going back to the white paper, guys, we have the reward system that is there with the Feg exchange explained. So they're saying they're redefining DeFi. Why is that? Because it's an all-in-one exchange that is multi-chain and running on Ethereum blockchain and Binance Smart Chain. Like, probably now, if you want to purchase a token in Uniswap, you can only purchase through ETH. If you want to go ahead and shift it to Binance Smart Chain, I'm not so sure whether it actually occurs. I personally do not know how you can actually do it on Uniswap. I've not heard anyone using it for purchasing the BSC tokens. If I'm wrong, please do let me know in the comment section. And when it comes to Pancake Swap, I don't think so. You would be able to trade in Ethereum chain tokens over there. But I'm not so sure. Again, just quoting, because I've been using Uniswap and Pancake Swap only for specific Binance Smart Chains and the Ethereum Smart Chain separately. So haven't seen any of those transactions go through or happen in terms of the cross platform that is in place. But Feg is a totally different product, because initially, as soon as you come down to Feg exchange, you do have your uh, exchange option available. You also have something called smart swap, which is actually very good in terms of gas fees for day traders or short term traders that they call for. So this actually allows you to go ahead and trade between the wrap tokens, which will give you a reduction in the gas fee, because the feg wrap is an inbuilt system, right? It's not something which is it's kind of a layer 2 or layer 3 blockchain. It's not the direct blockchain of Ethereum or direct blockchain of Binance that you will be using. You would be using a second or third layer of the blockchain, which will definitely reduce the gas fees, since the scalability of these is higher. To put this in simple terms for people who are new to get this understanding, so if I say, just giving an example, guys, not the exact numbers again. Please do not confuse yourself if you have the exact numbers known. So, if I say 10 transactions in Ethereum, the number of transactions that a single block in the blockchain can hold is 10 transactions. And in Binance, you say it has a capacity of 100 transactions. Then that is where, when a lot of people try to make their transactions, it will cost a higher gas fee. Since your transaction should be in the front run, you would be asked to pay a higher gas fee. Or since the network congestion is occurring, you will definitely need to pay a higher amount in terms of gas. So that's where miners would be able to pick that up from the mining pool and start processing your transactions. When it comes to the second or third layer blockchain that occurs now, what they would have done is they would have built the platform on Ethereum blockchain. However, they would have a increase in terms of the transactions that each block can hold. So Ethereum blockchain is the foundation or a base. They will build out another layer on top of Ethereum, which can hold almost like around say 1,000 transactions. So now you are cutting the gas fees by 1/100th or 1/10th, right? So that's how they will actually plan this layer 2 and layer 3. I mean, Polygon, for example, is a layer 2 blockchain of Ethereum, which is actually drastically bringing down the gas fees. You can check the amount of Polygon amount of ETH that you would be using, or the gas fees on the Polygon network for any of the tokens that you trade, which are available in OpenSea network, where you have NFTs traded, right? So the maximum, I still know that the major amount of NFT trading happens through ETH, but Polygon is a promising network for NFT where the gas fees are less and people are slowly accommodating into the Polygon network for all these tokens which are available, right? So that's where FegX also plays that role, where using the FegWrap portion, where it has built its own layer 2 layer 3 blockchain which can hold much more transactions, and hence your fees would be reduced. So that's the advantage of having this FWrap done for majority of the tokens that are available in market. And the best part here is you do not need to worry about what token you are doing the FEG wrap on or the F wrap on, because it's totally an inbuilt system from FEG team. So it's inside the FEG ecosystem altogether. All right. So going on with the listing process, it is auto listing enables any token to be listed in FEGX and lock liquidity and create trading pairs. Okay, you would say that auto listing is something which is happening and there is no verification that occurs. So how can we say that we cannot be scammed or rug pulled? Now, that is where the added lock liquidity comes into picture. So when you say it is a lock liquidity, the liquidity wallet or the token's liquidity pool will be totally locked for a certain duration of time. I'm not so sure on the exact duration, probably a year is what I believe. But if I'm wrong, please do let me know in the comments below again. So if it's locked, you will never be rug pulled, because you always have some kind of liquidity available for yourself to go ahead and sell your tokens to any of the other tokens. Like, for example, assume you bought ETH using ETH, you bought token A, okay, which is a new token in the market, and you saw that there is some hype going on with it, or some interested people who are trying to shill out the token, and you would like to go ahead and get onto that, and you purchase that token right now using your ETH. So you used one ETH and you got a million tokens. Just for example, guys, you got a million tokens. Now, after a month or 2 months time, you understand that the token is going nowhere. So you know that the team has actually left all hopes in terms of the project, and now it's a sudden shocker that if it's a normal token that is not listed here in the FEG exchange, you would definitely see that the total liquidity pool will be withdrawn by those people who are owning it, and that will be it. That's called a rug pull for you, right? I've explained this in my earlier videos as well. Please do go ahead and check out in detail, in fact. So that's where you would be getting scammed. So you're losing both your amount in terms of ETH, whatever you have purchased, and you also now left out with a bunch of shit coins, as I call it, or shit tokens, where you cannot actually go ahead and use it in any manner possible, right? So that's where you need to be very careful. And but here, what is the advantage is there is a lock liquidity in place, which means that even if you feel that the project is not good enough for you and you would like to exit the project, you can always do so, since there is always a liquidity pool available and you can sell your tokens. You can get back to your ETH and then go ahead and invest the same ETH in somewhere else, in some other project, or probably buy more FEG. Okay. So I mean, just quoting. So going on, that's where the advantage of added liquidity comes into picture, and even though it's a auto listing process. And when it comes to trading, you have trading both on the BSC and Ethereum smart chain. And I'm sorry guys if this video goes a little lengthier, because I would like to cover the maximum of the white paper, so we do not need to have too many doubts. I'll try to make it as short as possible, but if in case you want any single concept to be covered in a separate video, please do let me know in the comments below. I can do a extended coverage on that. So coming down again, you have the trading part, which is available, like I said, both the platforms. And then smart swap you have, where like I already informed that for swing traders it's a huge win, because you will have lesser gas fees, and it will reduce the amount of the swap and gas fee portion, the transaction charges per se. So there will not be a burning of typical 2% of the transaction when trading alongside smart swap. That's another added feature that to all the traders out there. Okay, there is a difference between traders and investors, right? So because you invest in a coin, you wait for a minimum of 6 months to see how the project goes. That's where investors pitch in. And for traders who want to say short term, be it a day, be it a week, be it a month, or something like that, depends on their requirement. So for them this would definitely be a boon, because you are not paying any uh, 2% burn portion that happens with the token. So that's nice to see. That's where your smart swap would reduce your gas fees. One, it will also reduce the amount of tokens that you would lose when you're trying to sell or purchase, right? So you can utilize that if you're a day trader or a swing trader. Next, crypto back rewards program, like I already quoted, you would be getting back FBNB or FETH depending on the network, and you would be able to get that at a fee of 0.08% for all transactions on all pairs that happens. It's not specific to any ETH or BNB pair, guys. It is for all the pairs. Like even if you're trading between ADA and the Cardano and Shiba Inu, for example, you're purchasing Cardano from Shiba Inu, or you're purchasing ADA, you're using ADA to purchase Shiba Inu, even that transaction gives you a 0.08% reward in terms of FETH or FBNB. That dollar value will be converted basically to FETH or FBNB, and that will be distributed upon everyone who is holding the tokens, or probably part of the ecosystem. So that's where you will be having an advantage of just buying the token, holding it. And FEG tokens contract code is engineered to eliminate front running smart contract bots. So like I already quoted, there are a lot of bots who are will be used in terms of trading, or probably create some kind of an mishap with already a good running system. So if those kind of things are happening, then they also have a good protection code in place, which is actually good to see. So anti slippage again, sorry, auto slippage, not anti slippage. Auto slippage is one more good thing. Like this is something that I already quoted in my earlier video also, because like I said, if at all you're trying to purchase a token which has a slippage of 10% in pancake swap, the auto slippage automatically it is ideally set to 0.5%. And if in case you have to go to increase your slippage because of your transaction not getting through, there might be, I'm not saying it would happen always, but there might be chances that instead of 10 you just put in 100% and you go ahead and do the transaction, or instead of 10 you say 110% or something like that, or 11%, something like that. So those kind of manual mistakes keep happening, right? So if that is a scenario, then ideally it will be very difficult for you to avoid those kind of losses, which again cannot be recovered in any manner. You can have this feature enabled. So for auto slippage, it will ideally run through the contract of the particular token and automatically adjust the slippage value in the exchange or the swap. So going down to the stake option, I think probably this was something that I've already covered in my earlier video. Please do go ahead and check that out. It's the same. There are no much differences. In fact, so usually your 2% transaction tax is charged when staking and unstaking. That is part of the taxes that you have. Like I said, V1 and V2 you have. I would personally advise people to go ahead with the V2 version, because it would give you a much better reward option compared to the V1 portion. Okay, so going on with that, you see that any sell transaction in FEGX will provide you a 0.12% of the sell fee from every token launched and paired with the following base pairs in FEG stake V2. So the base pair should be FEG BSC, the FEG ETH, that would be the both, and the Binance Smart Chain and the ETH Smart Chain part. So you would be able to get a reward as FBNB, FUSDT, and FBTC also. So that's the kind of reward that you would be able to get if you're staking your Feg coins. Note, all the other base pairs will use 0.12% of their sell transaction fee to buy Feg and send it directly to the burn address in one transaction. So here, only the pairs which have a base pair that is done with Feg, like Feg ETH or Feg BTC or Feg TRX, something like the Feg XLM. So if Feg is present either on the BSC Smart Chain part or the ETH Smart Chain part, respectively, you would be able to receive this much of token from the, I mean, this much of rewards from the sell fee that occurs. That is again the dollar value converted to the token value or tokens based on the market price at that point of time. So that will be distributed to all the staking holders. Again, the staking reward distribution happens based on the proportion of your holding compared to the liquidity pool. Like if the liquidity pool is having a total of, the staking liquidity pool is what I'm speaking, I'm sorry, staking pool, I'll put it across as a staking pool rather than the liquidity pool. So if the staking pool has 1000 tokens and you have staked 100 tokens, then you own 10% of the staking a staking pool, right? So it's like whenever the reward of say $100 comes in, you would be getting $10, and the rest would be getting the proportionate percentage of each one's holding. That's how the distribution occurs. So coming down to the smart DeFi system, I think we have gone through the same. Like every token launched on smart DeFi will provide 0.12% of sell to flex stake V2 rewards in the form of ETH and BNB based on the respective chain. And smart DeFi, the chain ideally belong, quotes your Ethereum or Binance Smart Chain. So it will allow base pairing to these two pairs, like I said, with Feg BSC or Feg ETH. Every token that launches off the smart DeFi platform will use 0.5% of its sell transaction fee to buy Feg tokens and send it directly to burn address in one transaction. Now this is actually a real good option in the long run for a very fast burn, guys. The moment we start seeing a lot of tokens getting listed on the Feg exchange and the transactions multiplying in say hundreds and thousands of dollars, you can definitely see that. Just assume 0.5%. If it's like, say, let me just quickly get my calculator out. I'm very bad in maths, guys. Million. So if I say it's just $1 million of sell transaction that happens, then 0.5% of that would be 5 million. So $5 million worth Feg would be taken directly and burnt to the burn address. So that, imagine the amount of tokens that would be burned. I mean, just quoting an example, this I've given as an example for the volume of sell alone to be 1 million. Okay, in the 24-hour volume, if the amount of selling that happens itself is just $1 million, then you would be seeing that $100 million, you would be seeing that $5 million of worth Fed tokens would be burnt, and that's really huge. Okay, so that's where I'm looking forward for the burns to accelerate at a very faster pace as and when we see more usage or more people start using the Feg exchange for their transactions. So the rewards again will be divided and distributed, like I said, based on the percentage of the staking pool which each staker owns, right? So this, they have given you certain rewards distributed on FRAP rewards, and they've also given you the some thresholds withdraws their rewards from the pool, and the following thresholds are met. So in minimum standards, if you want to withdraw your stake rewards, you must have at least a minimum of zero point 0.2 FTTH or zero point 0.2 FBNB or 100 FUSDT and 0.005 FBTCB. The main reason why they have kept this minimum value is because whenever you want to stake or unstake, there will obviously be some transaction fee, and even if you want to withdraw a lower amount of this value, the amount of transaction fees that you would be paying would be much higher than the reward that you would get, or probably you would be losing out a little more. So I mean, no harm in just leaving it there, right? So, and I believe it's fine with this limit. But yeah, do comment your views below, and probably we might see that there might be a change in this in the later stage based on the community's feedback. Again, like I said, you will also be receiving the reflections for FEG tokens as well as the other added FRAP pairs. There is also the 2% tax moving FEG tokens in and out of staking, like I quoted. So the one-time activation fee per wallet for staking is zero point zero 0.02 BNB or 0.003 ETH, which will be immediately refunded in the form of Try to a wallet. So Try Finance is another set of tokens, so that will be given to you as a refund. So you're not losing anything. You're actually getting those Try tokens into your wallet in the form in for the activation fee that you pay of zero point zero 0.02 BNB. After which, once you activate the staking platform, 2% of your total FEG volume that you are staking will be taken off as a fee every time you want to stake and unstake. That's how it works. So it should not move FSS tokens. Just a disclaimer here that they have quoted in red. So stakers should not move the FSS tokens without understanding the risks, since it is a fundamental component of the unstaking process. Again, just quoting, if you have actually staked FEG and you have already lost 2% because of the staking part, and the rewards that you are getting is not, you wouldn't have got that many sufficient rewards, and you wish to go ahead and take out your FEG tokens, you are losing a total of 4%. Please keep that in mind. So people who want to get into staking should be those who would be definitely staying in staking pool for a minimum of 3 to 4 months. Trust me on that, it would definitely take that much of time for you to build up the pool of rewards. And you can actually go ahead and withdraw them with some profit in mind. So if you are okay to keep your FEC tokens under the staking pool for the next 2 to 3 months duration, please go ahead and stake that. Else I would advise you to keep it with you and start enjoying only the reflections. So more than that, we do have the contract address given out, and then they have explained about liquidity. I think we have gone through this both. But one thing that I would also like to quote here is there is also an option of providing one-sided liquidity. That is, like, you do not need to, like I said, the liquidity pool has two token pairs, right? So if you are a liquidity provider, you can provide it. Ideally, you should provide it for both the pairs, both the tokens for the pair as such. So like if it's ETH and FEG that you want to go ahead and provide a liquidity, you would have to go ahead and provide both ETH tokens and FEG tokens from your wallet. But here there is also an option where you can only provide FEG tokens as a liquidity to the liquidity pool, which is called a one-sided liquidity, and that will receive a share of 0.2% for whatever sell transactions that pair occurs and whatever you are able to provide liquidity for. Like for example, you have provided it for FEG to ship liquidity pay. You have in the liquidity pool of FEG and ship, you have provided only FEG tokens. Then whatever transaction happens in that particular pair, that is FEG and ship, 2% 0.2% of all the cells will be given back to you as a reward. Again, this will depend on your proportional percentage in the entire liquidity pool that is available for the pair. uh, so that's it, I guess, on the liquidity front. And again, FRAP, like I quoted, you can just go through this, or let me know if you want me to go through this in detail in another video. I can do that for you. So you can go ahead and the wrapping and unwrapping also has a fee, that is 1% fee of the value of whatever you are planning to wrap. So please keep that in mind also if you are, whenever you are wrapping. And then, like I said, the smart swap, where you have this wrapping mechanism, as well as the transaction fee, that would be the gas fee and other stuff would be reduced. So you will not have any burn that happens. The 2% burn that is built up in the contract, that will also not happen. So that's something that traders as such can utilize for, and this will be a very good feature when the FEGX platform is launched, or being utilized by a lot of people who want to start trading in the FEG exchange rather than just an investment purpose. Okay, so that really good goes on with a good thing. And peer to peer, again, this is something which is like similar to your centralized exchanges, which I explained earlier in the video in the beginning, where I said that there has to be a person who can create an order for that he wants to sell it at this price, and there must also be a person who is willing to give that price and purchase that particular order. That is when your order goes through. But here there is no such order creation mechanism that happens through a centralized exchange. You as a person individually can create an order for anything. Say for example, you want to sell your FEC tokens of say 1 million FEC tokens at a price of $100. Now you can create an order for $100 and keep it waiting, and anyone else on the peer platform, like any individual as such, no other third party involved in between, can directly ask you to go ahead and give those tokens to them so that they can put pay out the amount whichever you have asked for. That's how your peer-to-peer system works. So again, swap to swap, uh, this is something which is another part in terms of your FRAP token and the swapping mechanism that they have come down to. You can say FEG or FBNB to FBNB moving to try or FBNB. So you ideally, I mean, this is something new that I'm actually seeing. So I need to run through a few more details on how this entire system works. So that's when I'll actually probably give you more details on it. Hell, probably I would make another video only for this particular concept. So after which, you can say they've just given some more details on the smart DeFi system that they're having. And probably please spend your time and read through this once so that they get to know, you also get to know. And you also have this rocks token which they have come up in. I thought of covering this rocks token today, but I needed to do a little more research on how it actually works and probably give you the right information. So I'll hold on to that for another video sometime later. uh, that's how the mechanism is built in, and this is all about it in this video. And the last I would like to give you a add-on is regarding the Feg Faucet. This is something that they have come out with. I'm not quite actually sure on how it actually works. Whether it is something that is happening in the backend due to the transaction fees that occurs, and they are actually putting those Feg tokens to anyone who can actually take it. Now, I have tried this on my own personally, and I did get it yesterday. And see, it's like a lottery system to be frank, because the number of tokens that you see here, they keep increasing as and when transactions keep occurring in the background, in any of the platforms, I believe. I'm not so sure, like I said, how it actually works, but you will have some kind of uh, token increase that keeps happening. And as and when it keeps happening, the moment you feel that you would like to pick those up, you can click on claim. You will be prompted on your trust wallet or your MetaMask or Coinbase, whichever platform you are in. You would be prompted to pay a network fee. Once you pay the network fee, then those many tokens, whichever is showing here, if your claim goes through, then you will be able to get that token. That's how it is. So, and once you claim those tokens, it will reset back to zero and start building up again. So that's how it works. But one more disclaimer: you can only claim this once every 24 hours. So if you claimed it now today, you will only be able to claim it after the next 24 hours. So please watch out. And my suggestion: just wait for the right moment to see that you have a sufficient amount of tokens available. Then pick up and pay the network fees alone. You do not need to do anything else apart from just paying network fees. And the best part here is, you do not need to be a FEG holder to get this. You can become a FEG holder by just paying the network fees. So it's like it keeps generating FEG tokens. You just go ahead and you feel that yes, this is the amount of token that I want to have just as a holder for long term. I just take that, click on the claim button. You will be able to just pay a network fee and you have the FEG tokens in your wallet. So this is something which is a cool feature. But yeah, watch for the right moment. And like I said, this keeps resetting. And yes, there are times where I have seen there are almost 100 to 200 million tokens which were available in the faucet, and someone else had claimed it. So that's how, to a certain extent, it's kind of a lottery system. But yes, it does work out for people with luck, I would say. So just keep a watch out on this, and probably you can become a FEG holder without even having to use any swapping system in place with this Feg Faucet feature. So that's it for this video, guys. I'm sorry it has taken a long duration. So this is the entire run through of the white paper. Do let me know in your comments below if you want anything else to be covered. And as always, please do subscribe, share this video so that the information is spread to others. And do like it if you like the video, guys. Give it a thumbs up. Thank you so much for watching. Have a nice day.